is Apostle Jack Mamven. I'm the preaching device, but you can call me a preservation apostle. The Rabbi Sound started actually on 10th of 2016. Just like every other ministry, you know what it means for to give the word. It's one thing to receive the word from God, it's another thing to give that word. So when I was to start out, it's very fasting. It was a period where I felt like, to some point I felt even me, I was like, God, I need to understand that I need to do this. Something I never done before. I look at the plans ahead of me. So I went on some prayer and fasting. So I started on the 1st of January 2016 to on the 9th of May. And within that period, that same period, I had a privilege to travel to Japan, Rabbi to the site. That was the rest of fasting. Right now, the airport, I'm looking at the guys want to help me. I told them I was fasting. I said, fasting, you are fasting. So that was guys are so spiritual because I'm back in the house. Coming back to start the work, I prayed, I trusted God for a place and all of that. I expected after 100 days prayer and fasting, I thought I was just going to have a place and the money needed for the work. But hey, let me tell you, sometimes the way we see things is not the same way God sees things. In Isaiah chapter 55, verse 8 to 9, it says, "My ways are not your ways, neither are my thoughts are your thoughts. For as far as heaven is from the earth, so are my ways and thoughts far from yours." So I had to trust God all over again for that place of worship. It wasn't funny then, I could remember vividly. So after everything, the place for the worship, 1 week to the time to that date that God gave me, there was no place, nothing. So we had to use my parlor, which is I was living in one room and parlor safe condemned, so we had to use them. And even that period, I was owing my landlady 6-month rent. So when we come for service like this, I remember the first service, they were clapping hands and all of that. I was afraid. I was like, oh God, these people, why are they shouting? I wish I could just tell them, please, you are clapping. Can you reduce the hands, or we shouldn't clap hands here? But you see, it's not possible like that. Only me and my wife will look at ourselves and say, if my landlady should come in now and then chase us out, I can imagine how embarrassing that would be, But then we thank God for everything. So that's how it happened. And we had about 4 services then at home. Amen. And it was a period of wow, God had to prove himself. I remember one thing, same thing happened in those 4 services we had at home. The first day I said I won't collect offering. I said, okay, let's close the service. And one of them, somebody stood up and said, there's something is missing. I said, what is it? They said, we don't no offering. I said, how? They say, no, we need to collect offering. I say, no. They say, no. We keep dragging, we keep going back and forth with them. And they got to a point, they say, oh, all right, I just allowed them. They say, please don't stop us. We want to be blessed. So at that point, I told them, the offering then was 1,415 naira. The next day, I was at Abattoir Market to go and buy chairs. I bought one plastic chair. And when I went there, I met with one man who asked me, what's this chair for? Because we were talking. And then I said, God asked me to go and start it. And he became a partner who later availed himself as a friend and a brother. So that was how the whole thing started. And then the next Sunday, the story continues like that, the same thing. And then from that home, 1-room apartment, the church moved to Rochas Foundation College. At Rochas, when we moved to Rochas, we thought, wow, this is God, man. It was another period of trusting. It wasn't easy, brother. It was spent about 2 years at Rochas Foundation College. I remember the day we were to leave, I had a service, the last service we had at Rochas Foundation College. The service was taking off. It was very prophetic service. The power of God was massive. You can see the pictures on the screen. The power of God was massive. People were following under the anointing. All kinds of things were happening and all of that. To a point, I couldn't help people that were marking WAEC. I remember that Sunday, they had to rush. Some of them came in to come and check what is going on here. There was no usher to help people. Everybody was just led by the power of God. The presence was massive. And after that meeting, Even then, prior to that day, I told my wife, this week I'm going to have trouble in the church, so let's get prepared. I told her on Thursday before that service on Sunday. And then after service, and I got a call from the guy there at Rochas. Let me just mention his name. Is a good guy. He has been a very good friend of us, and he's Mr. Kefas. And I spoke with him. He called me before I could receive his call. I told my wife, I said, okay, we are about leaving Rochas. He said, yes. I said, what do you mean? I said, let me pick this call here. And he just got the call and said, the school management, the principal, blah, 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 blah. I said, please, we should leave. And I told him, I smiled. The next day I was in his office. I told him, I'm aware. God had already told me this. He had shown me, so please come with me. Just be calm. He felt bad. I said, no, please don't. He said, good God. He helped us. So from there we moved to another house apartment again. It's like going back to square one, or how do I put it? And we were at I was living somewhere close to Railview Hotel that is by the way here in Jos. And something happened. We started the service. We continued the church there. I thought people wouldn't come, but I saw them still coming. They started clapping hands under the sun and all of that. It was a period of trusting God. We could see the genuineness in the heart of the people, the hunger and all of that. One thing that I said to myself, not compromising. The word is what will make people leave the cities and go to the wilderness to go and hear John preach to them. So the same thing happened. So something happened one Monday morning, and I got a call from one of the pastors who later became a pastor. I'm talking about Pastor Blessing, and then she called. So her father was a place. He said, let's come and come and check my school. So just a phone call. And I went there. He said, can you be using this place for me and all of that? The church moved at Elders Early Dreams. Moved there, and then we started churching for another 2 years again. Until we left Early Dreams, moved to Canis Life Spring Academy. And from Canis Life Spring Academy, I think we spent about 4 to 5 months there. About on the 31st of December 2020, we had cruise 24. That is a non-stop prayer for 24 hours. We prayed for 24 hours non-stop with the same church people we are seeing here today. That's one of the things that God gave me, and that's what I know how to do, and I also inculcate that in them. I taught them how to do that, so that they will also teach others, as the saying goes in 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 2. So, and after the cruise, we move out the next week, and to where we are at number 75 Yakubu Gamwe. Okay, just opposite that Coca-Cola. It's another battle here. When we came here, another battle. We started another battle with even this place. You know what I'm talking about. And then, but we keep trusting God again. It's not funny. The journey is still. We are still moving. We've not stopped. God is not done with us yet. This is 5 years, and in these 5 years, we have to just tell. All we can say to God, we are grateful. All we can say to Him is, there is none like you, Elohim. It's not funny, please. It's not funny. It's not funny, but the faithful God has proven Himself beyond reasonable doubt that He is God. There is nothing He cannot do. We've experienced in these 5 years, we've seen dead person come back to life. Ask them, they know they are aware. We've seen raw power. We've seen manifestation. We saw all kinds of deliverances. We've seen the move of God. We've experienced things, in a way that no man can be able to do. You will know this is indeed the hand of God at work. But the journey continues. This is 5 years, and we're here to say, God, we are thank you. We are not done yet. We are still a work in progress. We are like the children of the Israelites until we get to our Canaan. And very soon we're trusting God for grace that the God that has kept us for these 5 years will trust that He will still keep us until the coming of the Lord Jesus. We're looking forward to when we'll be celebrating our 50th year anniversary, 100 years anniversary, and so on and so forth. It's transgenerational. Those coming, the next rabbis will come and take over this vision. That's where we are headed, and that's what we believe in. And God will make it possible. Remember, this is Grace 21. Enlarge thy tents. God bless you.